So good morning, everybody. We're reading through Matthew 2 this morning. Matthew 2. There are people who would love the Lord to communicate with them as clearly as we see him communicating to people in this chapter. We have him visiting the Magi in a dream and telling them to go a different route than what they had been planning on. Made it clear enough to them that they heard and obeyed. We see Joseph being visited by angels, being spoken to in dreams, telling him what he needed to do with Jesus. He needed to go into Egypt. Then it was safe to come back. And then he should go into Nazareth. And in this directing, obviously, Father has a vested interest here. This is his son, first of all, who he has sent. But also there's an investment in that he needs us to go forward for the plan. People look at that and say, why can't Dad communicate like that? Why can't I hear his voice as clearly as that? But there's a thing that we're missing in the church. We've come to settle just for the fact that we're satisfied with coming to worship, coming to hear some teaching on the Bible. We're told to live good lives. We're told to be kind to people and so on. And there's a lack of development of this relationship, this intimate relationship we're supposed to have with Father. And we've come to this mistaken idea that we can't hear him, that the Bible tells us what we need to know, that the answers are found in the Bible. But you know, don't you, because you've gone looking for them, that we need an interpretation of what's being said. And we need Dad to speak to us with a clear voice. But he does speak to us. He never stops speaking to us. He speaks to us all the time. All the time. The problem is in the church, we don't take the time to train people. We don't enter into the kind of relationship of discipleship where we actually teach people that Dad is speaking and this is how you hear him, because Dad is the creator of all things and he uses all things. His voice is just immense. He uses all things. He speaks through all things to us and he never stops speaking. He uses our five senses to speak to us. He'll use dreams. He'll use our own thoughts. He'll use our own voice to speak to us. And we're supposed to know him enough to be able to discern the Spirit. We're supposed to be able to discern what is his voice, because Jesus told us that his sheep know his voice. So we're supposed to know his voice compared to when the enemy comes in and tries to confuse us, because that's what he does. He'll come in and he'll mimic the voice of God. But when we know him, we know his voice, and we'll reject what doesn't belong to him, and we'll grab hold of what he does. But he speaks to us all kinds of ways. We just don't expect it. We don't expect answers. We don't expect him to talk to us at all. So, yeah, this is where we're lacking. We're lacking in the training. We're lacking in the teaching. We're lacking in these things. And so, I just want to encourage you. Find somebody who understands this, who will be willing to train you in the Father's voice. Be willing to train you to hear what Dad is saying to you. Because I'll guarantee you, he hasn't stopped talking to you. He hasn't. So you guys be blessed today. Be blessed. Ask the Lord to show you his voice. God bless.